PressXtoTrade podcast. My name is Sachin. We got Tom and we got our guest Carlton today. This is the 11th podcast. We are PressXtoTrade. We talk about all things gaming, current gaming events, or things we love and hate. Anything gaming related. It's all gonna be popping up right here for this podcast. I don't normally say popping off, but I thought I'd just say it this time because I want to be cool in front of my guests. So this is our guest Carlton. Carlton, you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, hey, thank you very much, Sachin and Tom, for having me this week. Obviously,
Thanks for coming on.
It's obviously like a chance for us to reconnect as well because I haven't seen you guys in ages. So
True.
That's great. And I mean, at the moment I'm working on like a bunch of music stuff. Historically, I guess I'm a bit of a rapper, I suppose. I've got a sort of vibe for hip hop music mostly. Joey Badass, Drake, Kanye West. So I've sort of gone for soulful vibes, sort of stuff like that in the past. Lots of it was online for a good period of time, but I'm kind of remaking myself in terms of the music scene. So expect some stuff later on, I suppose. Sachin's had a sample.
I've already had a sort of
already.
sneak peek at some of the music. I sent it to Tom, that little snippet as well.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not leaking all your stuff. Just I've probably linked like two people. Tom's one of them. That was really smooth. Like you definitely improved, as I was saying. Like I can't wait to hear sort of the full project. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. And yeah, you did some rapping stuff in the past. I heard that as well. I enjoyed that. Your voice.
I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, me and Tom was
actually really good.
Your largest fans.
Thank you.
Know. So
because I think when I started, I had like a different perspective on it. It was more just of like a creative expression.
I'm
not saying it's not like that now, but now
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you got to see what you even like. Like you might not even think you might even be better than you thought you were. You just got to put something out there, see what people think. You know, try and find your vibe. Try and find what you want to make, what you like. You know, that's important. Trying to find yourself in music. So yeah, discovery. It's all about discovery. You know,
totally, man. And now that I've kind of figured out like what I like, I'm trying to work with producers and stuff like that. Like I'm working with a guy from Toronto, actually, or a couple guys. It seems to be loads of like producers out in Toronto.
Canada.
Yeah. They're so awesome, man. Like they work with loads of people, so they just share so much knowledge with me. So I'm kind of hoping this year to just keep on making music and like create a proper project that is properly produced and I can share with you guys and everything else. So, yeah.
Do you know when it's gonna sort of be finished, or you have no idea because it's like sort of as it comes?
No, I work pretty fast, to be honest, man. Like I write quite a lot of songs, to be completely honest. It's just coming back and like perfecting them and refining them. I kind of get bored of things quite quickly, so I'll do one and then I'll just move on. And then I'll be like, oh shit, I've got all these songs, you know, I've got to go back now and actually get them done. So I think I just need to figure out like a theme, like a real project, and like the image and everything else, and then I'll put it out there. So
I'd say
this year.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'd say. I mean, I'm not. Obviously, we haven't talked too much about it, but I would say as a tip, maybe don't focus too hard on being like a perfectionist, because
you're right.
Because you do, as you said, you get bored quite easily if you're like focusing on something for too long. I'd say definitely just put something out there, even if you know like it's not perfect, you know. Put it out there, like see what people say, because you're gonna grow, like hands down. You're definitely gonna grow. Put anything out, you're gonna grow, but you don't want to leave it too long or whatever, or sort of forget about it because you were trying to perfect it and you only got like halfway or something. I know it hurts to like not be like perfect when you release like your first thing. But,
totally, dude. Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like you just gotta, as you said, you write fast. So if you're creating songs as much as you're putting out, you're just gonna create like a buzz and stuff. So, but take that with a pinch of salt. Do what you want to do.
100%, dude. I'll take that on board because it's like the song that I shared with you. Same thing, dude. I'm just putting it out there now. I'm just hey, listen to this.
Even if you put out snippets, that snippet was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
I listened to it on like repeat on the way home from the gym today. I just love that.
Sweet.
It's so smooth. It's so good.
I get some deja vu here. Like I remember Sachin. I don't know how much experience you got with the new woke Sachin, but this guy just one day he just got out of bed and suddenly became this dispensary of really good advice, because we've had a very similar conversation. Because
it applies for everything. That's why it's good advice.
I do a lot of stories, and I constantly get bored like halfway through one of them and move on to an idea that I'm more interested in. And it happens all the time. And Sachin gave me a very similar piece of advice a couple of months ago in a pub. And I was just like, yes, I remember that. Good advice. And it doesn't apply. It really does apply. It's really useful, actually. And I don't know what happened to Sachin one day, but it's like...
Yeah. I think the last time I remember Sachin, like we were in class and stuff, and we always used to joke around and do these stupid pranks and like insult people.
Exactly.
So the last time I actually met up with Carlton, not talked to, because I talked to him like recently, but the last time I actually met up with Carlton was me and a couple of friends who went to the pub in town. Like that was the last time I went for a drink, and that was like a few years ago. But me and you always joke around how in PE, where we had to do rugby, obviously me and you weren't really into it, but we were like together for like an extra like the exercises or whatever, and we basically faked doing like tackles. Because me and him didn't want to get like down and dirty in the mud, so we're like, all right, we're just gonna fake it and make it look like we're really good. So like we would just as soon as like the connection hits, we just like slow down and like do it like really like it looks like our technique is good or whatever. Like we just faked it the whole thing. Fake our way to set one.
It was all acting. It was
all an act. We didn't know anything. We couldn't do it.
Technical set 2 rugby. I might have been there for that if they didn't profile me and put me up to set 1.
They totally profiled you. They were like tall, good build, definitely set 1.
I was set 2 for PE the entire time, but then suddenly rugby came along. It's just
Yeah. So what have you guys been playing this week? Anything interesting? Anything new? Anything old? Classics? Indies? AAAs?
I mean,
mobile games.
I've got some. Carlton, if you've been playing anything, you please go first.
No, you go ahead. I have a little thing. I've been so out of it this week, but
not even this week, just recently. Or the last thing you played.
Recently, I suppose I picked up the Witcher 3 just because it was on it was on sale, super cheap, like the complete
with the DLC, right?
Yeah, with the DLC, and I picked up just based on the feedback it's gotten, like all the accolades. It's just I keep hearing about it, and because of upcoming E3, I've heard about the Cyberpunk 2077. I think.
Oh yeah. That actually showed like a few years ago, but that was just like a teaser.
It was just like a teaser, yeah. But the teaser looked awesome. Like it looked so cool.
It did look really good, yeah.
Yeah, people are saying that might tie in like mechanically with The Witcher. So I was like, okay, let me play The Witcher.
I can imagine the mechanics will be sort of similar. I guess I don't know what engine The Witcher is built on, but I can imagine if it's like a custom sort of thing, then or it's like based off of one engine but heavily customized. Then I imagine the sort of like. Okay, I don't want to say like not in a negative way, but like the clunk or like the feel of certain things will be similar. Not saying that Witcher's clunky necessarily, but that sort of like mechanic feel. Like how
they iterate on it. They iterate.
So if you play like Witcher 2 and 3, you'll like intuitively understand how things work without them having to explain like in that game. I imagine. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, Witcher 3. So I just want to say that you'll never finish that game. Like it's infinite. Like you'll never. Finish it.
I know.
No one in the world has finished it. They think they have, but they haven't.
I finished it 3 times.
No. Tom thinks
I've
he's finished it
3 times.
No. That game, once you start, that's it. You play that game for the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah. It's the worst kind of game for me personally because, like I said, I get bored of things, and not to say I get bored of The Witcher, but I'll be in that game and I'll be on this huge quest, and then I'll just be like, well, I'm gonna go do this little quest over here now, and it was the same way in Skyrim as well. Actually, I picked that up. Never finished it because I just went off and did other things the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
do you actually remember at what point in Skyrim on the main storyline did you get up to before you just quit?
I really didn't get that far at all, man.
I think second quest or something.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The game is the game was so fun. Like when it came out, that you're like whatever. Like I'll just have fun now and I'll do the main story like later on. But you just never get around to it.
There's like no need as well. You feel like you've completed so much in terms of like the game's content. And
yeah.
What's a little main quest? It's like another side quest at that point.
Yeah, the main quest is practically a side quest to the side quests.
It's boring. Exactly. In a lot of
the main quest
up until like the final 2 quests were more boring than any of the side quests. It's stupid. But Skyrim and Witcher to a lesser extent is perfect for that shit. Like it'll be like, oh, go talk to fucking Dave the Elder in some shitty village, and then you'll be going down the road, and then suddenly there'll be like a slightly unique looking cherry bush to your left, so you'll get off the path and go pick a cherry, and then a wolf will attack you and it'll lead you off 10 feet to the right, and then suddenly you've lost the path and you're on some fucking journey into some other thing. And then you'll see
killing innocent people because you didn't
weird looking
realise.
icon. Exactly. You'll see there's some weird little icon on the mini map and you'll go follow that, and then suddenly you're miles away from the fucking quest, and then you can't be bothered anymore. So it's just.
Yeah,
It's
I actually
great.
downloaded like so many mods like midway through my playthrough. I started again. And I just modded it to hell, like loads of mods, like just having fun with it. Creating like I had I one of my playthroughs I had a ring that I could put on to turn me invisible, like the ring from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like I just kind of I was just having fun with it, like custom mounts and stuff. There was just so many mods. I was just like, so instead of having a horse all the time, you could summon like a spectral tiger or something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, loads. I loved it. I loved modding that game. I modded that game more than I actually played it. Like I spent more time modding it than playing it for sure. But yeah. Witcher 3 is a good pickup though. Witcher 3 is a good pickup. Have you played number 2 or 1?
Awesome, yeah. I think I played number 2. I think I had it on PC actually. Yeah, I did, and it was super hard.
Guarantee you didn't finish that, right?
Yeah. Oh, no way, dude. I didn't get that far at all.
Yeah,
No way. Yeah.
These
Two is
long
like
RPGs.
1/10 of the length of 3, but it's so much harder to finish 2 than it's 3. I don't know why. It's just that game.
I like the story though. The main story is really gripping.
Yeah, it seemed awesome. Yeah,
it is really good. Like I enjoy Witcher 2, and I played for 24 hours, lost my save data, and then I like picked it back up again like way down the line. I got further than before in less time, but I like did everything again. And then, obviously I dropped it again. You know, it's like, you play it consistently, and then you have one day where you can't play it, and you just never go back. You're just like, I'll pick up the next day. And then you just like...
It doesn't work like that, does it?
It doesn't work, no. I don't know, Tom, what keeps you gripped since you finished the impossible game 3 times?
I thought you meant the actual impossible game.
No,
arcade game.
No one's ever finished that.
Shit.
That's too hard.
No one's ever finished that now, it's way too hard. Unless you're using flags. Anyway. No man, I just love that game. It's like one of my favourite games ever. It's like I think it's my 3rd favourite game of all time.
The fact that you had time to
Souls
finish
all
it
out.
3 times is insane.
Yeah, but this was when I was like a teenager and was just at college and didn't have anything going on in my life.
It's not that we don't have time. It's just that we give time to other things. So, for instance, I play way more Dota than I could just not play Dota and play The Witcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
totally.
what game you're more interested in at that time, what friends are around, that you're going to play with at the time. So like you'll probably make music rather than actually play a game. Like when you have free time, sort of thing. Or Tom might read a book when he could be playing a game or something like that. You read? You listen to audiobooks?
I read for university. I listen when I'm not at university.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You can't. I find it really hard to multitask when I'm listening to an audiobook. Sorry.
Not really.
It just
Really?
you've got to set. Yeah, maybe I'm stupid.
No.
I swear to God, I can't take in an audiobook if I'm if I'm doing something else. It's just you end up rewinding over and over and over again. It's just,
I feel that.
Yeah.
It depends what you're listening to. Like if I'm listening to like podcasts, not necessarily audiobooks, but if I'm listening to podcasts on Audible or something like that, then I know what you mean. If it's a good story, like if I have Harry Potter on Audible, I can't.
Oh, Stephen Fry.
I feel like I just have to sit there like, okay, let's, like I'm really focused and I'm not doing anything. I'm just sort of like hyping myself up because I love like the Harry Potter on Audible. Yeah, Stephen Fry, Tom, so good, so good. Like you're just, I get like really excited. Like listen.
I think I cried at some point in that audiobook series.
Really?
Yeah. I fucking lost it. I also cried at Witcher 3, by the way, as well.
What books you listen to, like when you listen to audiobooks? What kind of
I
stuff?
don't-
Fiction, podcasts.
I like sort of instructionals or self-help.
Yeah,
kind of
no,
books,
I've got
like
some of those as well. I've got some
psychology type
Yeah,
books,
yeah.
stuff that's like based on like theory and stuff like that, or even history. Like I love that sort of thing. So there's not much left to the imagination, I suppose. They're kind of walking you through something, and they're like telling you, be like this, do this. This is what happened to this person.
And they give you examples, right?
Yeah. Loads of
I've got
examples.
it's called Managing Oneself and How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh yes, Dale
That's-
Carnegie.
Yeah. Those ones are really good. And you know what's weird?
It's a
It's
super
like
famous book.
like they'll say it and you're like, oh well, prove it, and then they give you like a million examples. You're like, oh They proved it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
now you know it's just you making excuses not to be a certain way. Yeah.
I think the point of those books are really to just grind it into you with those examples, because they would get to a point where they'd name like 10 examples and I'd be like, I get it man. Like,
Yeah.
I understand.
And if they're speaking slow as well, they're like, they're just like...
I play it on like 1.5 or like 1.25. Like, times
some of the
speed.
examples are like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, Mr. Jackson needed to make a deal with this guy, and he went over and he made sure to bring extra, I don't know, water with him in case, you know, and it's like his whole story where they could just say, this is the key words he said.
And I would check out of that shit so quickly.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you actually are patient, you listen, you really understand how it all works, like the psychology of it. Like it's really interesting, and the fact that it does work, you know, in most cases is a testament to that. It's good. Yeah,
Totally.
I know
These
Tom
books are like
listens to
common sense.
Yeah, I know Tom listens to a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah, boy. I'm on listen to them. A massive H.P. Lovecraft collection, which is that's about as my jam as it possibly can be. It's so good. I've gone through about 7 stories. I went for his longest one just now, which is called something.
How many hours
very
is
long. It's 34 hours long.
Goodness gracious!
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Wow.
How large is that audio file?
I don't know how large the file is, but I know the book itself costs 34 quid. But I've got a.
That's a pound an hour.
34 quid for a 30. Yeah, Jesus.
But I've got a.
Audible subscription, so it was $7.99.
I get the credit.
Yeah.
No, so it's $7.99 per month, but I get 1 credit per month, and I refund books, so I get credits back.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Often you get a book that's like 8 quid and like 4 hours long, and you can refund that, get the credit back, and then get a 34 hour long book.
Yeah.
I feel like an oversight in the system. I remember one time.
No, they deliberately do that, but I agree with you.
know.
At first, when I discovered
it feels so strange because you can just get infinite books.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to game the system.
Yeah, and like one time I remember they said I tried to return a book and they said you can't return books. Please contact customer service.
Yeah.
And I know they put that in for a while because they knew that the contacting customer service is a step too far for most people. So for a while they did that, and then I think they reversed that because too many people were like, "What the fuck?" and were cancelling their subscriptions because it was there for about 4 months.
And if you try and unsubscribe, it gives you 3 options.
Yeah,
and it's one of the options. It says, "Oh, most people click this one," and it's
exactly.
It's like, "Please don't go. We'll give you a free credit."
Yep.
One of the options is delay your subscription for like just delay it. And there's like another one that I don't remember. I don't remember the other one, but you can delay. So what I did is the first time I delayed my subscription for like 6 months, and then before 6 months I just cancelled it. I was just like, yeah. I recently got it back, but only for 1 book, and then I cancelled it again.
Yeah, it's easier for them to have you stay on and pause your account than to leave completely. That whole onboarding process takes ages, so they'd rather just keep you and just have you sit on the sideline for a little bit.
I guess that's just business. I guess. Yeah.
Pretty
So,
much,
Tom, what have you been playing this week? I think you mentioned like something about Pokemon.
Yeah. As always, Pokemon Go, classic.
Yeah. I got notifications about it. There's like raids and stuff going on.
New event.
Legendary Pokemon.
Recently there was an event where it was just Magikarp and Wormer appearing all the time, and you can get shiny Magikarp and Wormer. And I must have caught I said this before, I think 400 of one and 300 of the other, and didn't get a shiny. And now they're back in concurrence with other Pokemon. So they still appear, but not quite as commonly as they did previous events. But I'm going to try and get a shiny on one of them. There's the Community Day next Saturday, which is Larvitar. So for 3 hours, Larvitar appears really commonly in parks and stuff. So I'm going to go down Crystal Palace.
Okay,
get
cool.
some of them.
Are you going to go with Jen, or are you going by yourself?
I don't know yet. I haven't talked to her about it. She might come.
Is she into it as much as you?
Nowhere near as much as me, but she plays it occasionally.
Yeah.
She goes through stages of Uninstall and Runescape. And recently, the past few days, been playing Pokemon White 2 on my DS for some reason. I don't know why. I just felt the urge to play White 2 because it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite games in my least favorite generation of Pokemon.
What's wrong with Pokemon Black? What are you trying to say?
I've got Pokemon Black 2 as well, but Pokemon Black 2 is the file that I've got the shiny Charmon, and I've still got the completed Pokedex and shit, so I'm not restarting that. So, to play away too. They're pretty much the same game anyway.
Well, Carl, when's the last time you played Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Do you remember any Pokemon like from the new stuff that isn't from the original? Like,
is it from the original? God, probably not, man. Like, nah, the originals I'm aware of, but I played Pokemon Go when it came out for a little while, actually.
Yeah, I think the whole world did.
Yeah, like
that was.
You were weird if you weren't playing Pokemon Go. You were behind the times. I played that for a little while. It was funny, actually. I was just going through my apps actually on my iPhone like the other week, and Pokemon Go was still there, and I was like, "This is so weird." And do you know how you can change the names of all the Pokemon? I found like all these names, and one of them I remember distinctly. Like this girl I dated really briefly, she like changed the name of was it a Jigglypuff to her name? I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it was at that moment I uninstalled it.
It's at that moment you realise these apps track you properly, like your life.
Yeah.
And it's trying to tailor like an ad to you by like changing its name. It's trying to make you think, trying to make you think a certain way so you can buy a certain product.
Oh my god, no! Like enough of that. But that's the last Pokemon game I played. So is it like better now? Because
it's much better.
It was like.
Yeah, they put quests in, so you've got like there's a special quest and a field quest, and the field quests are like daily stuff, and you every time you spin a Pokestop, you get another one of them, and you can just complete them, and you get XP and various rewards and shit. And special quests are weekly, so you do one every day up to 7, and then when you do the 7th, you get a legendary Pokemon encounter, so you can catch that. Which is good because the legendary Pokemon come in raids, and you couldn't do them unless you had a group of like 5 plus people, which for a lot of people is not possible.
How long does it take for you to scroll down the list of Pokemon you've caught?
I mean, I assume you don't move with the arrow, because with the arrow you can just hold it in.
Okay. I thought that's fine.
It takes a few.
That's a non-question. I thought that you could, but you had to scroll like with your finger. I remember I couldn't do that. I had to do. I don't know if that was an update or not. I remember just having to like scroll down for all the Pokemon I caught.
It's. I think it came out with Gen 2, so.
Yeah. Do you play with the VR on or off? The AR, sorry, on or off?
All the time. It takes so much battery, man.
Yeah.
Got a fucking iPhone 6. I can't handle that level of battery usage.
Yeah. Is there a new Pokemon game coming out? Or is there anything mentioned by Nintendo about Pokemon this E3?
Yep. Pokemon, I think it's called Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are coming out. I think November of this year.
Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah, they're
alright, no offense. I love Eevee, but like Eevee's like Pikachu I get. But Eevee, they might have just been like, let's go Caterpie. Like,
no, they're trying to hype it, man.
Some lame Pokemon.
Eevee's like the most loved Pokemon after Pikachu.
Like,
what the hell?
Let's go Cubone. Like, it's like just picking up random Pokemon.
Let's go Muck.
Let's go Muck. Let's go Coughing. You know, like, like Let's Go Meowth would have been like better than those. At least everyone knows Meowth.
That makes sense. Meowth is actually like Pikachu's counterpart as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
little known fact: Pikachu is number 25 in the Pokédex, and Meowth is number 52. So it's reversed. They are literally, they were designed to be.
How's 26 and 52 reversed?
25. I corrected myself. But they're like literally meant to be counterparts of each other. So you're right. I think it would have made more sense to do Meowth, but I think Meowth has too many ties to like the bad side of Pokemon.
Yeah, but you released 2 games. One is like.
But they're trying to push Eevee as like another mascot.
Okay.
For kids and stuff.
Eevee is a really cool Pokemon because it can literally be any type.
And it's super cute like Pikachu as well. So.
Yeah. What's your favourite Eevee evolution? Your evolution?
Espeon.
Yeah.
Espeon. Yeah. That's the black cat looking one, right?
That's Umbreon. Oh. Espeon's the counterpart to Umbreon. It's like the pink.
The psychic purple cat. Yeah. I like that one. That one's sick. Yeah.
I like that.
Is this like a sort of mainstream Pokemon game, or is it one of the spin-offs?
I think it's mainstream. No, it's a remake of Gen 1 again. So they're doing Kanto and the original 151. I mean, they're putting all the Pokemon in it, but there's a lot of things that fans wanted for a long time. So there's the Pokemon Follow You About, for example. There's Pokemon Go integration, which is really cool. So you can transfer Pokemon between the game and Pokemon Go.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
You catch Pokemon on the Switch in the same way as you do in Pokemon Go. So you spin the ball and chuck it. I assume on the touchscreen on the Switch. So that's super cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I think they've mentioned, or there's been rumoured, another game coming out in 2019 that I think is the next generation. I think they mentioned new Pokemon.
Sorry. So Mirage in chat is just like, let's be honest for a second. There is nothing that Microsoft can do to win the crowd over. We're all sick of Fallout Bethesda, and if Capcom doesn't reveal Devil May Cry 5, then I'm throwing my phone out the window. I find that really funny because they're talking about Pokemon. And he's just like, what are you doing? E3's gonna be terrible. Stupid
Have we mentioned
Microsoft.
anything to do with any of those things?
Hey, I appreciate you checking in the podcast, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, Carlton. So I don't know if so we're streaming this on Twitch.
Sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So we got like.
When did you not tell him that?
Oh no! Wait, no, because I said I was like gonna go live right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I guess he knew it was.
I didn't even tell him this is being streamed.
I did retweet your.
That's true.
tweeted
That's
it,
true.
you
That's
tweeted
true.
it,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Alright. So there was like subconscious consent.
Yeah,
That's the most important type of
that
consent.
is wrong. Yeah, no, cool, awesome. All right, hey everybody.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway,
I thought this was just a FaceTime, you know. It was
Yeah, it's
three
a
of us.
private conversation.
No. There's like this overlay and everything. We go. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So yeah. So the community day coming up for Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you said that was the Larvitar one, right?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Is
the community days like often or is it once a month?
They're monthly, yeah. It's
Monthly,
once a month.
okay.
This month it's the 16th, but usually it's the 17th of the month, which is usually a Sunday. But that doesn't make any sense at all because it's not always a Sunday. Anyway, it's usually the 17th, and it usually falls on a Sunday. And it's one Pokemon will spawn more frequently and has a chance to be shiny. So that's my fucking gem.
Yeah.
I've missed like all of them though. I think the first one was Pikachu. I missed that. Then it was Dratini. Missed that.
I actually enjoy the notifications that come up on the phone, like because it reminds me. I get like a nostalgia kick when it's like, oh, catch legendary like Ho-Oh or Lugia or like something like some legendaries like there's like a raid notification basically that I know I'm not going to take part of in Pokemon Go. But I get like excited, and I like go, oh, shall I start playing? I'm like, whatever. I've missed too many.
The answer is yes, and come play with me.
I'm not playing with you, dude.
All right.
I don't play any games with you.
Fuck you. But yeah. Anyway, back to the fucking community days. So how it works is
walking around, holding your hand, playing Pokemon Go.
Look, man, the hand is optional. I'd appreciate it, but it's optional. I don't need your hand, but it would make me feel better in public, you know.
I'm sure you meet a lot of people like who play Pokemon Go when you go to the events and stuff.
Yeah, I went to Crystal Park last 2 community days ago, and there was just like a fucking nerd pile, man. It was crazy. It was like 4 separate big groups of nerds. I was like, hey guys, what's up? You playing Pokemon Go?
Have you got any funny stories about people you've met?
No, because I never talked to anyone.
I guess like no one talks to anyone. Everyone's like introverted,
I'm like,
gamer trying to.
It's not even that they're introverted.
Like they're forced outside by this app. They're like, oh god.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go outside.
For some people, it's like that. For me, it's just like I'm proper resting murder face, like listening to music. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm usually sweating because I walk so fast. I'm not ready to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll do one last thing on Pokemon. Seeing as Mirage says, the only thing he doesn't like about the new thing is Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee means that there's no wild Pokemon encounters.
I haven't heard that. What
he says he wonders if the NPC trainers will give you their phone number like in Pokemon Silver, where you can rebattle them later in the game. I always like that. I actually like that feature. I like being like you beat a trainer, Carlton, like in one of the Pokemon games, and then later on they're like, oh, you beat me, that's cool. Hey man, here's my number. Like, hit me up. We'll fight again later. And then you go back to them later and you trash them because their Pokemon hasn't leveled up and your Pokemon's all like level 99.
But the downside,
they never, that bit was a bit messed up. Like the whole.
What's the point of it?
Come back. I don't know. It's just to make it seem more like. Like making them not forgettable, because once you in Pokemon usually when you beat an NPC like a trainer and you just you continue running off onto the path. Like you play Pokemon when you were younger, you remember.
I've seen like videos of this like animation on YouTube where the exact same thing has happened. What's that guy? Egoraptor. I'm pretty sure he did an animation where it was like this trainer or the player character went up and just beat the shit out of this guy's Pokemon and leaves. The trainer is just like traumatized. But yeah, it's good to hear they're trying to do something about that, because it does make the game feel a bit stagnant, I suppose, in terms of the world. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like Pokemon's never felt like a real world. Yeah, like, only as long as there's progression, you feel like it's there. As soon as you have to go back to a place, it's like dead to you. Like you're like, oh, I remember this. I remember being like level 1 or whatever, or just starting out. But like, and you know that none of the NPCs have anything useful to say because they only say one thing. You know, so yeah.
The thing with the people phoning you though and getting their numbers, in those games specifically, you would collect this mass list of contacts, but then every 3 seconds, one of them would ring you and be like, "Hey man, I was just fishing for a Pokemon and a Magikarp appeared and I fought it and it beat me. Alright, bye." Even when I was 6, I was like, I don't give a fuck! Don't fucking call me, bro! I'm gonna fight you! Don't tell me about some Magikarp that just beat you with Splash, I don't give a shit. It was so annoying. So when I did the remakes, whenever
he texts you a picture of the Magikarp that beat him.
It's some fucking swole Magikarp. Holy shit, man! That was so annoying.
Yeah. I for this week for me or recently I've been playing. So obviously I've been playing like loads of Dota because the Birmingham Major just finished, so we were all in like Dota fever, and the Chinese Super Major is going on at the moment.
Chinese Super Major.
Yeah. So that's going on right now actually, and yeah. So a lot of Dota still. Been playing. Haven't been playing too much Hearthstone. I was playing Battlefield 4 for a bit, and can I just tell you, I still love the choke points in those maps. Like, I love the cluster that, like, it's just a mess, but it's great because you've got, like, so, Carlton, imagine, like, 3 tunnels, they're, like, all next to each other, like 1, 2, and 3, right? And on one side, there's 16, 32 players, like, on a team, and on the other side, there's 32 players on the other team. And people are just like lobbing grenades through this tunnel, or like you get the odd person, like this rogue person, like run through the tunnel and just like start spraying everyone as he comes out the other side. And sometimes people throw smoke grenades, so no one can see through the tunnels anymore. And then you got this guy who like run past our whole team, and then he would turn around and start killing people, and you don't realise there's someone behind you because he's run through the smoke. Honestly, the effects in that game.
Is it just the three tunnels?
No. The map's way bigger, but there's all that's one of the choke points. And people set up like C4. People lie down in like corners. They get their LMG out. They put ammo down, and they just fire non-stop. They're just holding the trigger down. Like it's crazy. Like I love those choke points. I love it. There's the effects, because graphically, I'm playing at max graphics, and like the smoke, the lighting, the sounds. I still believe that Battlefield 4 is the most graphically impressive first-person shooter that I've played today. It's so good. It's so good. The snapping of bullets as it hit the wall behind you or fly past you, being suppressed and your vision getting blurred, or like you go outside and it's cold and like you get like ice effects around the. It's just cool, man. It's just cool. I don't know if I feel like Battlefield 5 or Battlefield V is going to be sort of a like. I mean, graphically it's going to be amazing, but I don't know in terms of like. I feel like they're going to go a bit backwards in terms of like guns, because the technology is supposed to be World War. Is it World War 1 or World War 2? It's World War 2.
They've already done what?
What's Battlefield 5 going to?
I have no idea. Are they still sticking with World War whatever?
They're going back to I think it's World War 2. They're going back to World War 2.
Back to World War 2. Battlefield 1 was World War 2, wasn't it? Well, that was World War 1. That was World War 1.
That was World War 1.
So why are they?
I don't know, because Call of Duty did it. I don't know.
It's quite similar. Like obviously it's very different in terms of technology, because they're still using fucking horses and bayonets and shit in World War 1, but like I mean it's not that different, right? Like it's not a new game level of different. I feel like.
I guess like the set pieces and like the places where the battles are taking place, there's more gravitas in that sense. So it could be like a huge sort of background to play, to have those battles on, right? So yeah, I've not played Battlefield actually. I've completely missed out on this sort of generation of like first person shooters.
Have you ever played Battlefield?
I played Battlefield ages ago, man. Like God, so long ago. It must have been one of the first person shooters I actually played. And it's just super difficult. Much more difficult than Call of Duty, actually.
It was.
They're different games. Like Call of Duty is more run and gun and not care much about like a team aspect. And then you got Battlefield, which comes in with like classes and like you giving you points for actually helping your team. So there's more of a, you know, and like you don't have to, but you're pretty much put into a squad. So you've got your team, which is broken up into squads. And so you get squad bonuses and stuff like that. So
you can respawn in your squad mates too. And that's what was going through my mind when you were talking about the corridor shit.
Oh, and getting spawn
when we
killed.
played it, all I would do was respawn on you, who was directly smack bang in the middle of all this crossfire and shit. You were in the middle of a smoke cloud. I couldn't see shit. I respawned on you. I was just looking around. I couldn't see anything because it was all smoke. And then I just get one shot in the face or blown up by a grenade every fucking time.
Actually, I unlocked this gun with a scope that allows me to see through smoke.
Yeah.
If you throw I don't know what it is, but like I can see through the smoke and everything is black and like you can see outlines of stuff. And when you see a person, they're just pure white. And so as soon as you see white, you basically click on it and you're shooting like a person. So be able to shoot through the tunnels and the smoke is really good. I didn't even know that existed until
that was the strap back in the day on Modern Warfare 2. But we used to, like, in hardcore search, I used to throw smoke grenades and have a FAMAS with a thermal scope, and I used to just...
when we used to play Call of Duty back in like high school, Colin, we would play hardcore search, and we would all have riot shields, because they were like one hit, one kill, and we would have smoke grenades, riot shields, and what we would do is we would pretend that we're being stealthy. So anywhere where you can like see like an opening that we need to like run through, one of us will throw a smoke grenade and we'll all run through with our riot shields, and then we'll like jump in the window of a house, and some unsuspecting poor kid on the other side who's like trying to camp somewhere just comes across like 5 people with riot shields and we're just cornering him in. And, like,
It's ridiculous how often we won doing that as well.
We actually the fact that we won rounds doing that, you know, it was pretty fun. That was good times, man. Colin, man,
I think I remember playing with you guys on I can't remember what Call of Duty it was now. It must have been maybe it was Black Ops, but I remember playing with Jake as well. Jake was there. Not sure if you guys were in the game as well, but there was a period where I went through that. And the thing about me online, I've always been like a solo player. Like I've never joined teams, just because getting on the mic, I'm like, all right, these guys are either going to tell me to fuck off, or I'm just like not going to know what I'm talking about. But I'm better at like actually performing and not talking to people, so I might as well go solo. So that's definitely why I've missed out on games like Battlefield, where it's like, okay, we need a medic, you be the medic, and I'll just be like,
do you feel all this pressure? Is that why?
There's loads of pressure, man. Like I have played like Overwatch as well. And they've got this like one of the healer roles. I think it's the woman with like the huge angel, like she whatever. Mercy, yeah. She's one of my favorite characters on that game. In the matches I've played, and it feels a lot better because it's almost like they've made you like you can still fight in a sense, but
you're
the fact that you are
healing.
an assist, you still you benefit from both play styles. So with more roles like that, I'll definitely play more online, like sort of team games. But and at the moment I've just not done it.
No, that's fair enough. What was your your golden game in high school, like during the golden years of gaming, when you could come home and play until midnight and then rinse and repeat the next day? Like, what was your go-to game?
Golden game. I used to spend a lot of time on MMORPGs, to be honest. Like I used to play. Well, I think the first MMO I really played was this game called Endless Online, and it's so old now, so old. It is like aged awfully. But you'd get on, and these servers would have maybe 200 people max. The map wasn't necessarily that big either, and everyone knew each other. It was like such a nice community.
Yeah. So what was the game? Sorry.
Endless Online.
I've never heard of it.
Oh god, it has aged so bad.
It's aged so badly.
Oh, it looks like classic RuneScape.
Oh yeah.
They're shutting down the servers for that soon.
Yeah.
Or they have.
Yeah. Aren't people trying to get like the classic version back? Like,
I'm not sure. Carl, did you play RuneScape?
Barely. No, I didn't play that much RuneScape.
Okay, you're one of the cool
you guys
people. You're one of the cool people that you were like, yeah, I'm skipping this.
All I'd say is grab this auto and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we were big into RuneScape. Me, Tom, other friends, like back in high school, we were quite big into it. It was funny. I remember a time where like everyone, basically, you would play, and then the next day everyone would say what they did or what they're trying to do in it, and then there'd be a point in the conversation where everyone would stop talking. Because in order to talk about it more, we have to go home and play it.
Yeah, exactly.
So like everyone would just like be like, all right, well, I guess we're done with RuneScape talk for the day. But like, because the only way to like talk about it is to go and play it and then have an experience and then come tell everyone the next day. Yeah.
I remember talking to Jake a lot, and I'm mentioning Jake a lot. For anyone else who doesn't know, I suppose he was like went to school with us as well. But I remember basically him PKing people, and I'm sure he used to tell me stories about it. And he used to make me cry, man. I thought it was so funny how he'd like lead a newbie out into the wilderness.
Yeah, classic.
just take him out. I thought it was the funniest thing ever, man.
We did that with Jamar one time. If you remember Jamar,
I do. Yeah.
It was this whole scam like that was plotted by like 5 people, and each of us had like our own role. Like someone would lead him from here to here, like from like one town to another. Someone would lead him. Someone would like talk to him and be like, "Oh hey, you come and play RuneScape tonight. Make sure he's online." Someone else was like the lookout. So like as you're walking past, you're like, "Roger, there's targets on the way." You know, like everyone's like preparing. Everyone's got like you got people in the wilderness and stuff. We had to like sort of lie to him and be like, no, we're just in the wilderness because we have to like cross it because for reasons, you know. And like we got him to come along and we're like, oh look, all of our friends are here. What a surprise! That's so coincidence. Son of a bitch!
It was amazing. It was the best long con.
He just ran for his life.
I think we killed him.
I don't know if we killed him. I remember him just running.
Hilarious, man.
Yeah, it's so stupid, but you know.
we like at school in like maths class or something, just plotted it.
I don't know why. I don't know if he pissed someone off. And,
he wronged someone.
Yeah, he must have wronged someone because no one plots your death in RuneScape. On the random. He must have.
I'm pretty sure it was malicious too. Like we weren't just trying to kill him and just have him die. We wanted to take his gold and shit. I'm pretty certain. We were like, hey man, bring your gold. You can buy something or some shit.
Yeah.
And we're gonna split it evenly between us.
Yeah, bring a gold, no reason.
Exactly. It's
ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, so you guys look forward to E3?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. It starts on Tuesday, right?
It's I think it is.
Is that the 11th? No, 12th.
Yeah, Sony are doing this like 5-day reveal thing up to when E3 actually starts. So the first day of the reveal was they released Tetris for VR, which obviously no one cared about. Tetris VR. Yeah.
The trailer.
Tetris VR.
In its defense, the trailer was awesome.
Yeah, everyone was like, awesome. Thought it was amazing, but we all knew it was just Tetris.
It's just Tetris.
I'm not gonna bang on Tetris because Tetris was one of the first games that like my sister played, and like she the only reason I'm a gamer, as early as I was, is because of one of my sisters who used to play Super Mario Brothers on the NES, and also she played Tetris. You know, and like without that sort of influence, I wouldn't have picked up gaming nearly as much or as early as I did. So Tetris is OG, right? Tetris is OG.
Oh no, I love Tetris. Like I've put thousands of hours into fucking Tetris. I was damn.
But it's not a big reveal.
But it's fucking Tetris. Who cares?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So the day number 2, they gave a release date for a game called Days Gone, which is the game we saw last year and the year before. I think it was this like zombie game based in this town with like bikers or whatever. You have a bike. I don't know if your brother's part of the game or something. And he like ran up to like the top of a tower and there was like hundreds of zombies chasing him. Yeah, like a lumber mill. He was there. And, that looked really good. They've given a release date of the 22nd of February 2019, and everyone was like 2019. Yeah, all right. Like,
I mean, that's like 4 months away.
I know it's not too long away, but it's still next year, so that kind of sucks. Day 3 was a new PS4 game called Twin Mirror. Now, Twin Mirror, it's funny because Tom was like bashing on David Cage the other day, and
I'm not telling us it's not a fucking David Cage game.
It's not a David Cage game, but it reminds me heavily of a David Cage game.
Oh, so Life is Strange does. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And it's so this game is about, from what I remember, it's like this guy, he sort of like goes to like a motel or something like that, and or he's staying in like a hotel room, and he has like this crazy night that he doesn't remember. Wakes up, there's like blood on his shirt, and he doesn't remember anything. And it's about sort of and there's like, I don't know if there's like some sort of like ghost involved, or like there's something wrong with his mind. I don't know if it's like if he's suffering from like a mental illness or something like that. I have no idea. But the game is very, like, it's like a mystery sort of thing as well. Thriller mystery, Fahrenheit vibes.
I read the sort of lead up to that moment as well. Like I watched the trailer actually, but it said something about him just coming out of a breakup and like his best friend being murdered or something like that, and
cheating
then
on him.
his best friend cheating on him.
Yeah, his best friend. No, he broke up because his best friend cheated. Like, sorry, his girlfriend cheated on him with his best friend.
Right.
and then he was murdered. Yeah. But yeah, the trailer was super. Gave me super Alan Wake vibes.
Yeah.
100%
Alan Wake
vibes.
Yeah.
Didn't they just release Vampire? These lot. Was that Vampire?
Yeah.
Is it vampire or vampire?
Yeah, I was trying to decide this as well.
It's Vampire.
It's Vampire, yeah.
Creed. Like, it's fucking if they're trying to say it's Vampire.
Did anyone like Vampire or Vampire? Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Dark Souls. Like, you got the dodging, you got the stamina bar, you got the boss fights, whatever. I can kind of see it. It reminded me a little bit of Bloodborne in a sense, but I didn't watch too much. All I know is that the consensus around the game is it's not good, but it's not terrible. It's just a game that if you play, you won't be that good.
It's forgettable.
Yeah, it's forgettable. I mean, I think it's full price as well.
Yeah,
if it was like 20,
I don't want a 40 quid play it. Like,
yeah, it's like I'll play it if it's on sale for like a 10 or 15. Like, but yeah.
Apparently, the conversation like branches because it's it's like Mass Effect or something. You can multiple choice or whatever, and apparently there's lots of conversation that you can do, but it's kind of like
it's super long and boring. Right?
Yeah, it kind of draws on, and also the animation, like the people you're talking to, they're all like the same. They're all like in that T pose.
Oh.
Not really the T pose.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, I actually heard the same sort of thing. Like the dialogue choices, there's like it's not just like it's probably even it's more as you said, like branches of conversation, but it's like branches within branches within branches. Like, there's a lot of conversation in there, and it's based in London. So obviously, I guess they're talking about like the history and stuff. But the thing is, some of the questions are like, you almost feel like it's unrelated because like one of the questions will be like, "Oh, what do you do?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I do this I shine shoes for a living, and sometimes the leather's really hard to clean." And you're just like, "What? Why am I talking to this guy?" You just like skip. Like, are you a vampire or not? Just tell me.
Yeah.
Tom, are you going to play this game? But I don't know if you're into it.
It's my jam. Like, I want to play it just because it's like Victorian London. It's vampires. It's like pretty Lovecraft.
Yeah. I figured that will catch a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, like I want to get into that shit. But again, it's 45 quid. I'm not like I just bought a Nintendo Switch. I'm not about to spend that amount of money on a game that apparently is not even very good. I'm sure it's like a long, cool RPG. It reminds me of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which I haven't actually played, but it was a super popular RPG back in like the early 2000s. I think it was in the 2000s. But I love that shit. I want to play it because it'll be interesting, and I love the themes. But you're right. Like the first thing that I watched a Twitch stream of it, and the first thing that I saw happen, it was like a half an hour combat segment at the start of the game, and then immediately you went into like 2 hours of just conversation. You were just in a hospital, just talking to people.
Yeah,
and it lasted for so long.
The pace of the game is probably not.
Yeah.
Who makes that game?
I think it's I don't know what they're called, but it's the Life is Strange devs.
It's
Wait. Life is Strange devs made Twin Mirror, or they made Vampire?
Both.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Alright, cool. Well, are you guys looking forward to any of the shows specifically? I'm looking forward to the Sony show because I know that Sony are going to bring their game to E3. Like, Sony always has a good E3. I feel PS4 is going to be pretty good. Yeah, like Last of Us Part 2. Other exclusives. I want to see more.
Bethesda,
I just want to see more from them because like their exclusives are there's just so many, and it's just nice. It's just nice to see all this stuff that we're gonna get. I recently bought PS4. The only game
you can say we now.
Yeah, the only thing I have on it is like God of War, but I haven't even finished that.
You haven't even fucking played that. You're just sitting there playing Dota when you got the best game of the year sitting in your fucking lap.
It's
what
just
are you doing?
It takes time, man. It takes time. I can't.
It doesn't. Just play God of War. It's better than Dota.
All right, guys, I'm leaving the podcast. I'm gonna go play God of War. I'll see you.
Good.
Got better things to do.
Yeah. What about what are you guys looking forward to? I know I'm looking forward to the PC Gamer Show, like hosted by Day 9. What? The PC Gamer Show is always like really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I like Day 9. Is he still presenting it?
And it's yeah, it should be. And it's like it's PC. Like I'm a PC guy.
But it's like one of those things where they're just talking like. Someone let the tech guy write the script for it. Like it's like, oh yes, and this game will run on the Ryzen X9 15000 processor with all the top graphics. It's
not like that. It's not like that. Yeah, but it's nothing. No, but okay. So last year they brought on PlayerUnknown himself. You know, they're talking about
PlayerUnknown himself.
Oh, yeah.
Legend.
You know, they're talking to him and stuff. They interviewed him and like, you know, I don't know. I like that show. I think Day 9's a good host for it. Hopefully he's still doing it this year.
Day 9's a really good host.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. You know, I was talking to my friends about like the hype for E3, and one of them was saying like, what's the point? Because you're just gonna look at games that are never gonna come out. And I was like, and it reminds me of like what's it called that. I don't know if it's called CES. You know the like the show where they talk about like paper phones and all this like crazy tech stuff that never comes out and never sees the light of day.
Paper phones?
Yeah, like bendable, flexible 2D, like flexible phone. You know, just all this crazy stuff. Like floating PCs, all this rubbish. Like,
I think so many things come out of those shows though, because it's all like gadgets, right? So it covers like this huge spectrum.
Yeah.
Whereas E3, I think literally everybody who likes video games is like sat with their arms crossed like you are, like this, waiting for them to come
just
out.
like impress me.
Yeah. Nobody celebrates it at E3. Like I love watching Twitch chat and stuff because everyone just says shit.
yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, man. But I'm looking really forward to like Bethesda's presentation because apparently it's going to be like their longest one at E3.
Oh, shit, really?
They have their own.
Yeah, they said that on Twitter actually. Some people think it might be like Elder Scrolls, like a new Elder Scrolls. But they released that Fallout 76 trailer.
Yeah. Are you a big Fallout fan, or are you just like, you know, ain't got time to play
I love it. Love Fallout. Like I think I don't complete that many games, probably quite bad, but like Fallout 3, I completed it and I think completed it like twice actually. I played that game over and over. It was wicked, man. Like just the whole universe, whole Fallout universe, the mechanics. I just want more of it, to be honest. Yeah. If I get more time to play it now.
With 76 though, because people said it's like not a mainline Fallout game. Like it's going to be. Some people have said it might be like a survival game, like Rust.
Yeah, like imagine sort of like this is speculation, but maybe it'd be like an online wasteland. Yeah. So like you log in.
That's exactly right.
You log in with like other people, you know, and like maybe you spawn with maybe like Rust sort of thing. Have you played Rust?
I do not want Fallout to become Rust. you come out the vault and a naked guy sprints.
He holds a gun to your head. He's like, hey, "Give me a Nuka-Cola cap." So you're like,
I've literally just got this starting weapon and a bit of ammo. Just like...
Yeah, definitely not. I hope not. But I've watched. There's a really good guy on YouTube called Oxhorn, and he does like Fallout lore. Literally his whole channel.
Love lore channels.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, man. He goes through everything, and he broke down kind of the Vault 76 lore, which is already in like Fallout 3 and stuff like that. It goes back.
We were talking about the references. We met up the other day for a drink. I think we mentioned it on the last podcast, and we were talking about the references to 76 in the other Fallout games, and if anyone recognised them, what do people think? So
yeah. But he thinks it might even point to sort of like a prequel of that or something, going back in time, based in West Virginia. Yeah, because they use that song, right?
Yeah. Everyone usually assumes like trying to assume.
But it has to be significant though. Like, why would they? They wouldn't just pick a song that gives a location if it wasn't. That would be the dumbest.
Where is Fallout 3 set, by the way?
Fallout 3 is DC.
because in Fallout 3 there are references to Vault 76, but if Vault 76 is supposed to be on that map, then it'd be weird if it was like.
I don't think it's supposed to be on the map.
I don't know if it is, but if it was supposed to be, like at the time, obviously they could change it. It's not a big deal.
Well, they could do a prequel or sequel, Capital Wasteland. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And you could explore different parts of it as well. Like they don't have to cut the map off in the same place.
Yeah.
But the lore, for 76, like the actual lore of it is apparently that vault is like one of the main vaults where they weren't doing like experiments. So the people who lived in those vaults were expecting to come out at some point, and so
they actually had a happy vault like life.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike
they were
most,
they weren't tested on shit like that. So I think that what actually happened to those people was that they didn't get let out until or the vault didn't open until like 5 years after it should have opened, and at that point they all died, right? So it's like why? What happened? So yeah, it seems super interesting, man. I can't wait for that.
I'd love if it was just like some management game. It's
just
some Vault 76.
You have to survive the 5 years that they couldn't survive, like in the management game.
God.
You gotta manage the food.
Yeah.
It's like that game. What's that game?
The mobile one.
What's that game
Fallout
called? Like
Shelter.
something about oxygen? No oxygen?
Yeah.
Oh god, what's that?
Oxygen not included?
Oxygen not included, yeah. Kind of like that. Or as you say, the Fallout Vault game. Yeah. I never played that, by the way. I just didn't.
I played it.
I thought, what a waste of time.
Yeah.
It was a waste of time.
It looked like cool. Like the art style, obviously, was exactly how you think it would look in cartoon form, like the Pit-Boy and all that. But yeah, I don't really do anything. I also heard that Crackdown 3 has been delayed to 2019, but at this point, who's even like, no one cares anymore about that, right? When it releases, and we'll all celebrate, but honestly, like Crackdown 1 was...
celebrate Crackdown 3?
Well, you know what I mean, like Crackdown 3's trailer is actually really cool.
I remember, we haven't been Crackdown in like 2008.
Yeah, that's true.
No, this thing, and even then, like, no one even knew what Crackdown was.
Crackdown 1 was good. Crackdown 2 I never bought, but you played, Tom.
That wasn't good.
And Crackdown 3
Crackdown.
has been delayed so long. Crackdown's a cool concept, being a super cop.
I'm not even sure it is anymore.
The only thing I didn't like was collecting the orbs around the sea. I'm not running around.
And there were so many of them. You could see an orb in every direction if you just.
Yeah, there was so many, and it wasn't even just like one orb style. It was like
like
the blue orb, the
ones,
green orb, the red. I was just like, what design choice was this? Imagine someone actually like meticulously like put it together and they're like, right, I want the red orb here, but I want the blue orb like 3 inches away from it, so you could see it at a certain angle.
Orb designer,
allow that.
Nice. Dedicated orb designer, no other job.
Are you an Assassin's Creed fan, Carlton?
I didn't keep up with the Assassin's Creed games after.
Don't worry, no one else.
That's the right answer.
3?
That's the correct answer. Yeah.
Right, okay.
And 3 is the right place to drop off as well.
Correct.
Yeah, I like the. I mean, I think everyone probably knows Ezio, but Ezio was by far just the best protagonist, I think.
Have you seen the Odyssey reveal? Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I did see that, yeah. I didn't see too much about it, but I read about it, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a 7-second reveal. Like, go watch it. I don't think that was too much. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just like two Spartans kicking the other off. Basically, this is Sparta.
They straight up copied 300. They straight up copied it.
For sure. But like, it's to get the hype going, which it obviously kind of has.
By taking someone else's hype, yeah.
Have you seen anything from Origins, like the Egyptian one?
No. Was that the one that came out like last year?
Yeah. That's a little bit different in terms of gameplay. It's more. It feels more like fleshed out. Like so for instance, like like heavy weapons swing slower. You've got like this dodge. It feels more like the combat is more fleshed out. It's not just like you waiting for them to for a counter attack, or just like swinging wildly at someone. It's a bit more fleshed out.
Did you play it?
I didn't play it. I just watched a lot of it.
I went to Lee's house once and he was playing it. I don't know if this is right, but to me, because I didn't actually touch the controls, but to me it looked, in terms of everything, the most like Assassin's Creed 1.
Really?
That I'd ever seen. Yeah, because there was a lot of, for some reason, I know there's like a roaming enemy type that is like super difficult. He'll like hunt you. And it reminded me a lot of the Templars.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why, but...
Man, I love fighting the Templars in that game. The ones with the red helmets, because the red helms, because you knew they were tough, and you knew you couldn't just go up and backstab them because they would stop you. They would throw you around. Like they would have health, man. They did damage too. That was fun. I loved it.
And they were also a collectible, which I mean that like often collectibles are just, I mean, and they also had like flags and were there crows or something? Some sort of bird in that game?
Mm, not in one. There were definitely flags.
Yeah. So, but like there were 40 Templars, and there was an achievement for getting all.
Yeah,
so they basically were a collectible.
Yeah.
But they were.
I love that. Yeah, that was so cool. And the thing is, the flags in Assassin's Creed versus the collectible orbs in Crackdown were flags were optional. Orbs were not. You kind of had to collect them.
Because they gave you
because they gave you stats.
Stuff, right? Yeah.
And in Crackdown, you're not often like in Assassin's Creed. You are climbing everywhere. That is your mode of transport, like climbing, free running. Where Crackdown, you could literally just get in a car and drive. Like you don't.
Why would you do that though when you could jump like 500 feet in the air?
Yeah, but that's only after you collect
fast.
certain orbs. Exactly. Like I know you could climb the sides of buildings or something. Like I don't remember, but it's not. It was too slow for you to like do certain. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that in Crackdown 2 I didn't once get in a car.
I didn't play Crackdown 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, we've come to that time. We've hit an hour. It's a good time. I just want to say I think we pretty much covered anything. Has anyone got anything else to say before we end here? Anything they want to bring up?
I think looking forward to E3. I did actually jot down a couple of games that I thought were really cool looking. The Walking Dead final season. Anybody?
I saw the Walking Dead, like the first one that came out, blew my mind. I was like, this is so cool. Telltale Games, all my days. And then obviously the same formula gets repeated, and you're like, cash cow milking.
And not quite as well either.
No, they're still janky. They're still quite glitchy and stuff. Like really slow, like badly optimized in my experience. But yeah, I love the story. Like the storyline has always been pretty decent. At least it's one of those games where you can kind of watch as well. Like I don't even have to pay for it, to be completely honest. I could just watch it on YouTube and get the same sort of satisfaction. So looking forward to that as well. And there was a Hitman 2 trailer that popped up too. Don't know if you guys like any of the Hitman games?
I've got them, but I've never played them. I just time again. Like I think they're cool. Yeah. Like the concept of it is really cool.
Concept is amazing. Yeah. I love the mechanics, like the whole stealth. The way they design their levels now. I've been watching Achievement Hunter on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching those guys.
Yeah. That's when you told me about that was such a throwback. Like
really,
I used to watch them when I was younger. Yeah, I used to watch the Michael Rage series.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I watched Red v Blue like ages ago. But,
yes.
I was watching. I was listening to other podcasts as well on Spotify, and their Rooster Teeth podcast came up, and it's a good podcast. They point me back to Achievement Hunter, obviously, and they've got this whole series of the Hitman games, and they're great, man. Like, just got me back into that, so I think I'm gonna keep an eye out for that.
Cool.
But yeah, man.
Cool. They are a really cool concept, Hitman games, but it's always
the execution. On paper, it sounds amazing, and the execution is you going up to someone like straight face, and then they look at you and they go, "Oh, there is a hitman," and then you shoot them, and you take their clothes, hide their body, and you just walk out with the barcode at the back of your head. Because sometimes their costumes don't have like helmets or anything, so you can't cover yourself, and you walk up. Hello, I am a cleaner now. And then, they're just like, oh, look, it is a cleaner. And then you just like walk past, no one looks at your credentials or anything, whatever.
Nothing,
it's still cool though. I always like the concept of it, just sort of the story of, the hitman and stuff. I don't know if there's actually more than one hitman. I don't know if they're all branded with
there
the
are,
barcode. I imagine that's how it'd be. Yeah. Mirage in chat says, he wants to know the release date for he hopes that there's actually a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan, Carlton?
Yeah, so I kind of grew up on Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. My older brother used to play it, so I did not really play many of the spin-off games. I know there was some on PSP, and then after that I kind of just dropped off. But it's been so long, man. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, hopefully we hear something, just because they've dropped countless teasers, countless trailers. But it looks fucking sick, man.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the Kingdom Hearts community is like super hype. And I feel like you're either in or you're out. There's no in between. There's no like, I played Kingdom Hearts and I didn't like it. Like you either just never played it or you've played all of them and you're like a super fan. You know.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a fan because I don't see the appeal. But I feel like the only way to be a super fan is to you would have had to have played it when you were young. You know, when it came out, played it on PlayStation.
It's nostalgic as well.
Yeah, of course.
Why
It plays on nostalgia.
Why don't you see yourself as a fan then? Why not? Because
never played it. Like I love the characters, but
like
I never played it. But I love the characters because they're Disney characters. You know,
Yeah.
it's like who isn't gonna wait not Disney? Is it Disney? Is it Mickey Mouse and stuff?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like that. All those characters are so cool, but
We're going to say who isn't going to play it because it's me. I'm not going to play it because it's Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like that.
Like,
I'm not like that. But no, I just never really got it. Never really had an opportunity to play it. Never really saw the appeal. I saw someone stream it one time. I was just like, this game feels like a game I would play when I was younger. Like if I wanted to play like a cartoony adventure game, that's the game I would play. But I know that the storyline is like supposed to be epic.
Yeah, the storyline's crazy. Like all the branching like characters, as you mentioned, all the different universes. Like so many like details that go into it from different worlds, which is wicked.
Yeah.
And also, I think if you kind of like play JRPGs and stuff like that growing up, maybe like there's like a natural kind of progression from those games into like more Western, you know, action RPG type games. It felt kind of like a natural progression.
Oh,
into that.
I see. So do you think Kingdom Hearts is like the connection between like the Western world playing sort of more RPGs, like playing like Yakuza 0 and stuff like that, or other JRPGs like I don't know, Ni no Kuni or whatever, like those sorts of. You think that's a good connection?
Definitely.
Interesting. I never really thought about a game that could be a connector like that. Interesting.
Yeah, totally. Like I don't know. I think like I really like the Persona games, like the Persona series.
Yeah, Persona's another one. Yeah.
Persona's
do you
awesome.
think that's more of a connector? I feel as well when they finally brought it over. Or do you think it's too hardcore?
These games are like gateway drugs.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is a gateway drug. Yeah.
Slowly, you just turn off the subtitles because you actually understand Japanese. Like, you don't need it anymore. You just fully understand everything.
You just have like a
they're no longer JRPGs. They're just RPGs to you, and you start calling out RPGs WRPGs, like Western RPGs. I don't play these WRPGs, dude. Gotta have subtitles on for the English now.
You actually forget how to speak English as well.
Yeah. What about you, Tom? You looking forward to anything? Anything specifically? No. Not Last of Us. Not anything.
No, Last of Us 2 for sure. What was Fallout 76? Those are my big two. I want to hear more about Pokemon. I want to hear a lot more about the Switch now that I have one.
Yeah. Tom recently got a Switch. We'll talk about that next time.
I got one yesterday.
I want to hear about it. Yeah. Man, I the only reason I'd buy a Switch is to play Super Smash Brothers. I can't wait. Like,
we'll probably be getting that.
If you get that, I would come around all the time. I'm coming around to play. I won't play Pokemon Go with you, but I'll beat you at Smash. Oh, I love that game, man. Played it as a kid. That's nostalgic for me. Every iteration, loved it. I think I'm just looking forward to sort of anything really. I'm pretty much hype about everything. I don't really care if it never comes out. I just enjoy it. I'm looking forward to hearing anything about the PS5. Not that I want it to come out, but I want to hear about it a little bit.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. There's been leaks and stuff about the PS5 and like.
Oh god, I suppose it has actually been like 6 years since.
Yeah, but they said they're going to bring it out maybe in like 4 more years or something. Like give it the PS4 a good run, because I'm a lot of people, not just myself. I mean, I know I'm not the most hardcore fan for PS4, but there's still a load of PS4 people that are just like, no, this console's still got a lot of life left. People, they're still bringing out like PS4 games, like brand new exclusives, like. It's still going. It's still.
It's also been deceptively long though since it came out. Like to me, it feels like I got it on launch for not launch, but I got it for Destiny 1, which was close to launch. And I think it's like half a year after launch or something. And that was 6 years ago. Like this is a long time. But the 360 was only around for 7 or 8 years, wasn't it? That generation. I think it came out in 2006 and I think ended in 2012. So I think it was 6.
What are you talking about? The PS3?
Years. Yeah, PS3 and 360.
Oh, I thought they had a 10-year run.
Was it a 10-year run? Because I know San Andreas came out in 2004, and that was before that generation came out.
I'm not too sure, but it was definitely longer than 5 years, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
I think it was 6, 7, or 8.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're nearing that with this generation, and like it doesn't seem like it at all. So it would be reasonable for them to release a PS5 now, because it has been more than over half a decade since previous generations.
I don't know. I whenever I see a console, I'm like, cool, but I really want to see the controller. I'm a controller person. Like, I really love like comfortable controls. The PS4 controller is a lot nicer than the PS3 one. Yeah. And I'm not one to say that I like PlayStation controllers, but it does feel nice. It's
I think it's the best that exists at the moment.
I personally am still an Xbox One controller person. Like, I think that's the best controller. But you know, everyone has
not that you're in the console, but just the controller.
Well, I use it for my PC, you know, when I play Rocket League or if I play like Dark Souls or something like that, you know. So yeah. All right, cool guys. I think we're pretty much done here. Unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we're all good.
No, we're good.
Cool. All right. Well, I just want to thank you guys for coming on the podcast. Thank you, Carlton, for being our guest this podcast. It was good to catch up. Obviously, we'll have to catch up for real after coming out to North London.
Awesome.
And
for sure.
We've got to get a drink or something. Or if next time you're down south, let me know. Again, Tom as well, thanks for coming on. Pretty much covered all the topics, so I'm pretty happy. I just want to shout out to Mirage. Thanks for staying with us for the whole podcast and for the follow. Always appreciate that. Always appreciate the support. And Carlton, do you want to shout out any of your social media, or you're not planning to do that quite yet? Your big goals later.
I mean, if anything, my Twitter is Hey Carlton Kane. I basically share like my love of music, whatever's memeing at the time, whatever's memeing. I love just light-hearted content, man, and music. Yeah, but as I keep on getting into music, I'll definitely release more of that on all my platforms. So yeah, feel free to give me a follow if you want to learn more.
Cool. Sounds good. I think we're good. So I'll catch you guys another time. Tom, I'll probably see you next week for the other podcast. Everyone, thanks for watching. My name's Sachin, Tom, and Carlton. PressXtoTrade, all things gaming. We'll see you guys next week.